Hello everyone, my name is Zumama Naeem Khan and I'm your physics faculty. I'm here with you to discuss the paper and the solution analysis for the slot 1 of class 8 of GTSC exam 2020. आप लोगों ने पेपर दे ही दिया होगा GTSC का. अगर नहीं दिया है अभी तक, then you can still attempt it in our next slot. The link is given in the description. Since I'm your physics faculty, I'm going to discuss with you the paper portion of physics. Okay. Let us proceed. So here on your screen is the first question, which says that a distance versus time graph is given to you and line AB shows that the body, okay, there are 4 statements given to us and we have to tell that which of them are true. Okay. First see the graph from point A to point B. If I'll write here 1, 2, 3, like 4 and 5. Can you see that the time is increasing? But the distance, suppose here was 2 meter. So distance from, since the time is increasing from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, distance is not increasing, distance is still whatever, like 2 meter is there. So that means the body is at rest. The time is increasing but the distance is not increasing. Now let us see the options that are being given to us. The statements: is moving with a constant speed, absolutely wrong because it is at rest. It is accelerating in the direction of motion, doesn't make any sense, it is at rest. It is undergoing a uniform motion, this is right, and it is at rest, this is also right. I'm sure many of you will have a confusion about point number 3, that since ma'am you are saying that the body is at rest, how it can go under uniform motion. Beta, there are 2 states of motion for a body. One is the state of rest and another is the state of motion. And what is the definition of uniform motion? A body covering equal distance in equal interval of time. So if a body covers 0 distance in every second, like for the first second, then for the second, third second, fourth second, it is covering 0 distance in 1 seconds interval of time. So that means 0 in the first interval, then 0, then 0. So it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. So it can be considered as a uniform motion. So option number, this statement number 3 and 4 are correct. So according to this, option B is the correct answer. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to our next question. On the basis of the following identity, we have to tell, okay, we have to see that these are given about some mirror and we have to say that we have to find out that which kind of mirror we are talking about here. Okay. The first statement says image formed is virtual and erect. What do you mean by erect? See, this is a pen, if this is the body, if the image formed is like this, that means head is up and tail is downward. Sar upar hai aur paun niche. So that is erect. If it is like this, it is inverted. Okay. तो बेटा वर्चुअल इमेज है और इरेक्ट है. ओके भाई, क्लियर है. साइज ऑफ इमेज फॉर्म्ड इज इक्वल टू द साइज ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके. The right side of the object appears at the as the left side of the image and vice versa. Have you seen yourself in mirror? The mirror that you have in your home, your right hand becomes your left hand in the image and your left hand becomes your right hand. So this happens in the plane mirror, the one that we have in our home. It also forms virtual and erect images, and obviously your height, your own height is equal to the image height. आपका जितना हाइट है उतना ही आपकी इमेज की हाइट भी होगी, राइट. सो हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट प्लेन मिरर. सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट. ओके, लेट अस मूव टू अ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. It is assertion and reasoning. What is assertion and reasoning? Assertion में there will be one sentence given to you. You have to analyze whether that assertion is right or not. मतलब उसमें जो भी लिखा गया वो सही है या नहीं है. Followed by a reason. The reason will be explaining about the assertion. Okay, so let us proceed with the question. A copper ball is at temperature 50 degrees Celsius and it is dipped in water at temperature 303.13 Kelvin. Heat flows from ball to the water. First of all, since you can see that the 2 temperatures are given in the different scales. Okay, here this is Kelvin and this one is degree Celsius. Okay. We know that if we have to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin, what we have to do is we have to add 273 to degree Celsius. Okay, so 273 plus degree Celsius is what? 50. So that will give us 273 plus 50 is what? 323, right? 323 Kelvin. Okay, this was the temperature of what? Copper ball. This was the temperature of copper ball. Okay. and that of water is 303.13. Okay, in the question it is saying the heat will flow from ball to the water. Yes, it is absolutely correct. We know that heat will always flow from the hotter body to the colder body. So here hotter body is what? The copper ball, and the colder body is what? It is the water. So 1 is correct. Okay. Now let us see the reason. Heat always flow from the body at low temperature to the body at high temperature. This is absolutely wrong. This is incorrect. This is just opposite of what actually happens. So from here itself what we can say? Assertion is correct. That means A is correct, but R is false. Let us see the options. Okay. Option A is correct, but R is false. Option C is the answer. Okay, option C is the answer. Okay, let us proceed here. Sarah placed a cardboard on the glass filled with water. Okay, here is a glass and it is filled with water. Okay, and there's a cardboard which is at the bottom of the glass. When we'll invert it, it is at the bottom. Suppose this is a glass and we have inverted it. This is the cardboard and this is the glass. Okay, which of the given statements best explains why the cardboard does not fall? First of all, look at the situation that is given to us. Just see. Here cardboard is at the bottom of the glass. The pressure that will be applied on the glass because of the atmospheric pressure will be in this direction, as I have shown you by the red arrows. And similarly the pressure which will be due to the pressure that will be due to the liquid inside the glass, that I have shown, like let me change the color. Okay, it is of blue color. Okay, we know that as we go down, the depth increases, the pressure also increases. So can you see here the depth at which the atmospheric pressure is applying the bottom of the cardboard is at the lower height as compared to the glass itself. So the pressure that is applied by the atmosphere from below this cardboard will be more than the pressure inside this glass filled with water. So this is why what is happening, the pressure in the downward direction is less, but the pressure at the upward direction is more. So this is why it is going to keep the cardboard as it is. The cardboard is not going to fall. Let us see the options that are given to us. Okay. Okay. A wet cardboard sticks to the glass. No. Air pressure inside the glass is equal to the atmospheric pressure. No. The force of gravity pulling the cardboard is negligible. This is not an explanation. Air pressure inside the glass, okay, is lesser than the atmospheric pressure, as I have told you just now, that the pressure that is inside the glass is less as compared to the atmospheric pressure outside. Kahan pe lag raha hai? At the cardboard. Okay, so D is the right answer. Moving on to a next question. Okay, the question says a fuse wire is a safety device, okay, that is used to provide an overcurrent protection to the electrical circuit. Which of these is a necessary requirement for the wire to be used as a fuse wire? First of all, what is a fuse wire? Have you seen a fuse wire at your home? How does it look? It looks like this. See, there is something like this of ceramic. It has two teeth of metal, and in between those two teeth a wire is connected. So this wire is the fuse wire. And how it is connected? Then after this it is connected to the main supply, and here also at this end also this is connected to the main supply. ये कौन सा वाला बच्चों? जो बोर्ड से आता है, ठीक है? The board that we have it in our home, the electricity board, and this one goes to the different rooms. Okay, so this basically act as the connection between the room and the main board. Okay, फ्यूज वायर क्या करता है? इट प्रोवाइड्स एन ओवर करंट प्रोटेक्शन. ओवर करंट प्रोटेक्शन मतलब जब भी करंट बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा एंड इफ इट विल फ्लो थ्रू द डिवाइसेस दैट वी आर यूजिंग, देन द वायरिंग इज गोइंग टू मेल्ट. ओके, सो इट प्रोवाइड्स द प्रोटेक्शन. सो फॉर दिस प्रोटेक्शन व्हाट नीड्स टू बी डन? ये वाला वायर नीड्स टू मेल्ट. इफ दिस वायर मेल्ट्स बच्चों, देन देयर विल बी नो कनेक्शन बिटवीन द मेन सप्लाई एंड द सप्लाई फ्रॉम द बोर्ड. सो फॉर इट टू मेल्ट, it should have low melting point. That is answer number A. Okay, let us proceed. Okay, answer number A. Okay, this is the next question that are being given, that is being given to us. Let us analyze this question as well. A figure shows an open circuit. Even after the circuit closed, the light bulb does not light up at all. Okay, the given figure is an open circuit. but once we are going to close it, then also it is not getting lighten up. Okay, first statement, the light bulb has fused. Okay, this can be the reason. If the bulb fuses, it is not going to light up. This is the right reason. Object S is a plastic ruler. See, this object S forms a part of the circuit. If it is a plastic ruler, so that means it is not a conductor, right? If it is not a conductor, the current is not going to flow through it. The circuit will be still open. So this is also right. The batteries are too strong. If the batteries are too strong, then also the bulb should glow. It should even glow with more brightness. So this is the wrong statement, right? The object S is an insulator of electricity. Yes, if S is an insulator of electricity, current is not going to pass through it and the circuit will be not closed. It will be open. So this is also correct. So the answer should be 1, 2 and 4. But these are what? These are correct statements. The question is asked, okay, the fifth statement says, the arrangement of the batteries is incorrect. No, it is not incorrect. If you can see, the terminals are properly corrected. This is the this is the only appropriate way and the right way. Okay, so this statement is incorrect. So they are asking what can be the possible reasons. So 1, 2 and 4. Let us see where this option is. Okay, it is option number D. So answer is D. Okay, bacho, this was all about the physics part. Now let us proceed to the chemistry section. Okay.
Hello students, welcome to GoPrep and my name is Pragya Mishra. I am chemistry teacher. So I hope आप लोगों का GTSE का एग्जाम आप लोगों ने बहुत मेहनत से और बहुत अच्छे से अटेंड किया है. So here we are to solve or to see the logics behind or we can say the explanations क्या हैं उन questions के, वो आज हम लोग आपके साथ discuss करने वाले हैं. So चलिए let's get started with the very first question and the question is a gas X turns damp red litmus paper into blue color. The gas X is what gas is this? So we have to tell what is the gas which is turning red litmus paper to blue colored. Okay, so dear student, the correct answer is option C. That is, the gas is ammonia. So ammonia is the gas which is turning red litmus paper into blue color. We all know that this is the property of base. Base turns red litmus paper to blue. So yes, dear students, ammonia is the gas which will turn red litmus paper to blue color. I hope this question is clear. Now, very simple question, बहुत simple question था ये. Now move to the next question. And the question is, silkworms spew out thread from tiny holes in their jaws, which they use to spin into their egg-bearing cocoons. So a silkworm in its lifespan produces approximately, हमें बताना है कि वो अपनी लाइफ स्पैन में एक सिल्क वोम कितना लॉन्ग सिल्क थ्रेड प्रोड्यूस करता है. सो द करेक्ट आंसर, डियर स्टूडेंट्स, द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए. यस डियर स्टूडेंट, सो बेसिकली एक सिल्क वोम 300 मीटर लॉन्ग सिल्क थ्रेड को प्रोड्यूस करता है इन इट्स होल लाइफ. चलिए अब मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन के लिए. The question says, when sodium hydrogen carbonate is added to acetic acid, it evolves a gas. Which of the following statement are true about the gas evolved? जो gas evolve होती है उसके बारे में कौन सा statement correct है out of these 4 statements? We have been given 4 statements. So हमें बताना है कि कौन सा option correct है, कौन से statements correct हैं. So सबसे पहले तो हम देखेंगे कि जो reaction process हो रही है, जो reaction टेक पार्ट कर रही है, वो क्या रिएक्शन है. सो देखते हैं क्या रिएक्शन है. सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट, दैट इज NaHCO3 when it reacts with the acetic acid which is CH3COOH, राइट. सो हमें बताना है कि कौन सी गैस इसमें से इवॉल्व हो रही है, राइट. चलिए देखते हैं. तो हमारा मेन प्रोडक्ट है वो बच्चों होता है सोडियम एसीटेट विच इज CH3COONA along with water, and here comes the gas that is carbon dioxide. Okay, so the carbon dioxide gas is evolved. अब which statement is true about this gas evolution? जो गैस evolve हो रही है उसके बारे में कौन कौन से statement correct हैं? So चलिएगा देखते हैं. The very first is it turns lime water silky. Yes dear students, this is correct. जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है when you will pass it through the lime water, it will turn it to milky. Next, it will extinguish a burning splinter. बिल्कुल सही, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एक burning splinter को it will extinguish. So second one is also correct. Next one, it dissolves in a solution of sodium hydroxide. This one is also right, but yes, this is not correct. It does not have a pungent color. It doesn't have a pungent color. Basically, it is odorless in nature. Okay, it does not have pungent odor. So it is having no odor, it is odorless. So the correct answer is option B. Right? Now move to the नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अब देखिए क्वेश्चन देखने में बहुत बड़ा लग रहा है, बट यस इसमें सिर्फ एक चीज है जो आपको पता होनी चाहिए और क्वेश्चन इज प्रिटी इजी आफ्टर दैट. देखिए पढ़ते हैं क्वेश्चन को. जब भी क्वेश्चन आपके सामने आए उसकी लेंथ देखकर कभी नहीं डरना है. सो यस, हियर्स द ट्रिक फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. All the following processes involve a separation of either a mixture into its component or a compound into elements. So for each, decide whether it is a physical process or it is a chemical reaction. Which reaction is required or it is a physical process. हमें ये पता करना है. So we have been given basically 5 statements. हमें पता करना है which one is the physical process and which is the chemical process required. So चलिए देखते हैं. The very first, sodium metal is obtained from sodium chloride. Dear students, जब भी एक फिजिकल प्रोसेस होता है, इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए आपको 2 चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाट इज फिजिकल प्रोसेस एंड व्हाट इज केमिकल रिएक्शन. फिजिकल प्रोसेस वो प्रोसेस होते हैं जहां पर नो न्यू सब्सटेंस इज फॉर्म्ड. इट इज जस्ट चेंजिंग इट्स फॉर्म फ्रॉम वन फॉर्म टू अनदर. But chemical reaction when takes place, a new substance is formed. Okay, so चलिए देखते हैं. Sodium metal is obtained from sodium chloride. Yes, this is a chemical reaction. This is a chemical process. Next, iron fillings are separated from the sand by using a magnet. कोई नया प्रोडक्ट नहीं बन रहा है बच्चों, राइट? कोई भी नया प्रोडक्ट नहीं बन रहा है. सो ये क्या प्रोसेस है? दिस इज अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस, राइट? चलिए नेक्स्ट देखते हैं. शुगर क्रिस्टल्स आर सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम शुगर सिरप बाय इवेपोरेशन ऑफ वाटर. इवेपोरेशन कर रहे हैं आप एक शुगर सिरप का और फिर भी आपको क्या मिल रहा है? शुगर क्रिस्टल्स मिल रहे हैं. नो न्यू सब्सटेंस. इनिशियली भी ये शुगर था, एंड में भी ये शुगर है, कोई नया प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना है. सो यस, दिस इज अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस. Fine crystals of silver chloride are separated from the suspension of the crystals in water. Same, exactly same. जो प्रोडक्ट है आपका इनिशियली भी ये आपका सिल्वर क्लोराइड है एंड आफ्टर द सेपरेशन इट इज सिल्वर क्लोराइड ओनली. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ फिजिकल प्रोसेस. नाउ, copper is produced when zinc metal is placed in a solution of copper सल्फेट. अब देखिए बच्चों, दिस इज अ रिएक्शन. ये क्या है यहां पर? कॉपर इज प्रोड्यूस्ड व्हेन जिंक मेटल इज प्लेस्ड इन द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ कॉपर सल्फेट. सो दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉपर सल्फेट. व्हेन रिएक्ट्स विद जिंक इट गिव्स जिंक सल्फेट एंड कॉपर. इनिशियली ये कॉपर सल्फेट था, इट हैज टर्न्ड आउट इनटू द कॉपर. सो जी हां, ये क्या है बच्चों? दिस इज अ केमिकल reaction, or we should say this is a chemical process. Correct? So देखिएगा कौन सा ऑप्शन हमारा करेक्ट है. Let's just go through. First one is a chemical process, second is a physical, third is also physical, fourth one is a physical and fifth one is a chemical process. So देखिए, fifth one is a chemical, first one is a chemical. Other than that, all are chemical, all are physical processes. So which option is correct? Option C is the right answer for this question. Clear up to this point? चलिए move to the next question. Which among the following base is present in the window cleaner? बहुत simple question है बच्चों, and it is just one liner question. इसमें कोई भी doubt की बात नहीं है. The correct answer is option B, that is ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide, the formula for ammonium hydroxide is NH4OH, right? So this is the correct answer for this question. Now, Shyam bought a new car. After 1 year, the car was left unused for 1 month. In the rainy season, it was observed that the color of the car changed from normal and it became rusty. So the substance formed is iron जो है वो क्या हो गया उसका, right? It has been converted. So in which substance it has been converted? So the new substance which is formed is the hydrated iron oxide. This process is called, this is basically the application of oxidation reaction जो आपने पढ़ा है rusting, right? Iron got rusted. So एक iron oxide, and also since it has reacted with the moisture, so it got hydrated. क्या बनता है बच्चों? Hydrated iron oxide. The correct answer is option A. Now, on the night of December 2nd, 1984, a gas Z is leaked out from Union Carbide India Limited's UCIL's pesticide factory, which turned the city of Bhopal into a colossal gas chamber. Name the gas Z. So we have to tell the name. This was a very unfortunate event. We also call it Bhopal gas tragedy. So कौन सी gas release हुई थी जिसकी वजह से वहां का जो एटमॉस्फेयर था that get converted into a harmful gas chamber? Dear student, the gas's name was methyl isocyanate. Okay, methyl isocyanate was the gas which got released. The formula for this is CH3NCO, right? So this was the gas. This was a very unfortunate event which occurred on 2nd December 1984, right? चलिए let's move to the biology section. अब डिस्कस करते हैं हम biology के doubts. Hope you like the session.
Hi, how are you all? बढ़िया एकदम. So I hope आपका GTSC बहुत अच्छा हुआ होगा. I am your biology teacher, so obviously we are going to discuss about the biology questions. So the first question which appear in the GTSC is, in the bio part, is a doctor did surgery and found a complex 4-compartment structure. What type of doctor is this? So we have to focus on this part, that it is talking about a complex 4-compartment structure. To solve this question, we must know in which organism there is a complex 4-compartment structure. So in the ruminants, the stomach has 4 compartments. Okay? The ruminants are basically other organisms which have 4 compartment stomach, right? For example, cow. Okay, so they have 4 compartment structure, they have 4 compartment stomach. So the options for general surgeon, veterinary surgeon, pediatric surgeon, and D is both A and C. So general surgeon जो normal surgery में करता है, veterinary surgeon are the surgeons जो कि animals में surgery perform करते हैं, pediatric surgeons are the surgeons जो कि infants मतलब बच्चों की surgery करते हैं. So as the ruminants are animals, so उनकी सर्जरी कौन करता है? उनकी सर्जरी वेटरनरी सर्जन करते हैं. So the correct answer is option B. Now the next question is, solar energy is captured by the leaves with the help of. So as you know, leaves perform the process of photosynthesis. So उस process को perform करने के लिए they need sunlight. ठीक है? So वो sunlight को capture कौन करता है? That sunlight is captured by a green color pigment. ठीक है, उसके ग्रीन कलर पिगमेंट कैप्चर करता है जो कि क्लोरोफिल होता है. सो द ऑप्शंस फॉर क्लोरोफिल, गार्ड सेल, स्टोमा, स्टोमेटल ओपनिंग. सो ऑप्शन, योर आंसर विल बी ए, क्लोरोफिल. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज द एसिड प्रेजेंट इन द स्टमक. द ऑप्शंस आर kills the harmful bacteria that may enter along with the food, It protects the stomach lining from harmful substances. It digests starch into simple sugar, or it makes the medium alkaline. So D option तो बिल्कुल incorrect है, because the acid makes the medium acidic. It doesn't make it alkaline. The acid which is present in the stomach is hydrochloric acid. तो इस एसिड का रोल क्या होता है? It helps in the digestion of protein. ओके, ये प्रोटीन के डाइजेशन में हेल्प करता है. ठीक है. Along with it, if some harmful bacteria enters with the food, ये उनको भी मार देता है. So the correct answer is option A. Next question is take the correct order. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. So to solve this question, you must be aware कि ये order किसका है. ठीक है. So these are the steps of the holozoic nutrition. The holozoic nutrition, the nutrition which take जो कि अमीमा में भी होता है and inside the human body also. So what happen? We humans, we ingest the food, we intake the food. हम food को लेते हैं, then it digested. ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं होता कि body में पहले बाहर digest होता है. So what happen? We intake the food and the food get digested. So digestion होता है उसके बाद. After that, जो simple substance हो गए, they get absorbed in the blood. Blood ना absorb हो जाता है. After which they are used for various purpose, जिसको हम assimilation बोलते हैं. And then we remove the undigested food, जिसको हम egestion बोलते हैं. So the correct answer is option A. Now the next question is streamlined body shape is present in which organism? So the streamlined body shape is present in fishes, which helps them to swim. ठीक है. Which help them to align in a path. So the correct answer is B, fish. Next question is Kavita went to a wildlife sanctuary where she saw dense vegetation. ठीक है. कैसा vegetation उसने देखा? Dense vegetation of trees, shrubs, herbs, etc. And he found monkeys, birds, etc. The most likely location of the sanctuary is in the. So you must be aware about that कि कौन से region में का vegetation सबसे dense होता है. The tropical region which is nearby the equator, उसको abundant amount में sunlight मिलती है. ठीक है. It get abundant amount of sunlight, hence it supports dense vegetation. So the correct answer is option B. Next question is the finger-like outgrowth of amoeba helps to ingest food, whereas the finger-like outgrowth of human intestine helps too. So the options are: it digests the fatty food substance, it makes the food soluble, it absorbs the digested food, or it absorbs the undigested food. So the finger-like projections of the human intestine is what we call them as? We call them as villi. So what is the role of villi? It increases the surface area. ठीक है. It increases the surface area for absorption. ठीक है. क्या होता है? It increases the surface area for absorption. So the correct answer is absorbs the digested food. Now I think आपके maximum answers correct हुए होंगे. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rohan and welcome to the math section. If you haven't attempted the test, you can do it in the coming slots. Let's move ahead. Let's look at the first question. In this question, we have to find out the division result. So these are our options. Let's try to solve it. When we try to solve it, see the right answer. Let's try to solve it out. In this question, I have written this in the division form, right? So now in the numerator, you can see we have 44x square. We have taken x square as common. We have taken x square is the common term right here, okay? So we have taken x square common. Now, in this section, this becomes a quadratic equation. We have to factorize this quadratic equation. So I am writing 5x as 8x minus 8x plus 3x, okay? So now, what we can do is we can keep 44x square out. Now in these brackets we are keeping x out and we are taking x minus 8 common from the first two terms, and then from the next two terms again we are keeping x minus 8 common. So now in the first and the second term x minus 8 is common, right? So now we will take x minus 8 common. This whole thing will finally go to 44x square into x plus 3 into x minus 8. Now we'll divide this by 11x into x minus 8. So now 11 into 4 is 44. This x will cancel one power of it, so it will remain x only. X minus 8 will cancel x minus 8. So this will become 4x into x plus 3. So that is our answer, C. Okay. In this question, the only difficulty which will be a problem for you could be solving these quadratic equations. You need to learn how to solve these quadratic equations. Let's move ahead. In the second question, we have to find the factorized format. So we again have to find the factored form, right? So we have to do the regrouping of terms, or we can finally do the regrouping once. So these are our options, and D is the right answer. Let's see how. So in such a question, we'll take 2x, 2y common from the first two terms. We'll take 2y common from the first two terms, so it will remain 3x, and this will become 2. Now, if we take 3 common from the last two terms, it will come 2 minus 3x. So, just because the first term has and the second term does not have anything common right now, we will try to pull this 2 minus 3x to 3x minus 2 by keeping a minus here. So, if you take a minus common, it will become 3x minus 2. You can just try and do the multiplication and check. 3 into 2 minus 3x is same as, if you take minus common, so this becomes minus 3 into 3x minus 2. Let's look at this. This becomes minus 9x plus 2. What is this? Minus 9x plus 6. Sorry, this is 6 minus 9x. So this is same, right? So now we have regrouped it. So these two terms, in these two terms, 3x minus 2 is common. So now taking 3x minus 2 common, we will be only left with 2y minus 3. Just look at the options. Yes. 3x minus 2 and 2y minus 3. Let's move ahead. In this question, this is a bit tough question. You have to keep yourself very focused while solving this question. So I have created. So just look at this. Virat Kohli scored 120 runs out of 90 balls, right? So he played 90 balls. So in these 90 balls, there could be fours, sixes, singles, and dot balls, right? Now he scored 120 runs out of it. He scored 20% in fours, 30% in six, and the rest 50% in singles. So we had to find the number of dot balls he played. So what we did, total balls played is 90, total runs scored is 120. So 20% of the total becomes 20 upon 100 into 120. So that is 24. So he scored 24 runs out of only fours, right? So when he scored only fours, so 6 balls would be the number of balls which he played, right? Okay, because 24 runs, so 4 into 6 is 24. 30% of the total runs he scored by sixes. So 30% becomes 36. So 36 runs means 6 sixes. So he played 6 balls in forms of 4. He played 6 balls in form of 6, and 50% of the total is still 60. So 60 runs he scored by only singles. So he played 60 balls for that. So total number of balls played will be 6 plus 6 plus 60, and that all accumulates to 72. So out of 90 balls, there were dot balls also. So now we have to do is we have to subtract this 72 to get the number of dot balls. So when you will subtract, you'll get 18 as the answer. Try to solve it with a calm mind and you will be able to solve it. Now in this question, there are 24 cylindrical pillars. So you know about cylinder. Okay, cylinder is a figure which looks like this. Okay, the radius of each pillar is given. It is given in centimeters, so that is the first point where students can commit mistakes. And the height is given as 4 meters. So the total cost of painting the curved surface area of all the pillars at the rate of 8 per meter square approximately will be. So there are 24 pillars. So whatever will be the surface area of one pillar, we have to multiply it by 24, and then we have to find the cost of painting at 8 meter per second, 8 meter square, 8 rupees per meter square, right? So curved surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r into h. 2 pi r into h. So this is the curved surface area. This surface is the curved surface area. So we'll try to find out the answer. So 2 into 22 by 7. R is 28. So it's 28 centimeters. So we have converted this to 28 upon 100 meters. Right? So 28 upon 100, and 4 is given in meters, that is the height. We'll solve it, we'll get 32 into 22 meters square upon 100. And their total pillars, the total pillars are 24. So total area will be area of one pillar into 24. So we have again multiplied what we have got into 24. Now what is the total cost at 8 rupees per meter square? So we'll have to multiply all this by 8 again. When you multiply it by 8, you'll get 1351.68. Now again go back to the question. If you just look at, there is an approximately word which is hidden behind it. So yes, you have to take the closest answer. So 1351.68 round off becomes 1352. So A is the right answer. Let's move ahead. In this graph, this question is very easy. Just you could have scored certainly some marks in it. Just look at here. So we have to find out the number of males above the age of 20. So this is the point. This is the line of 20. This is the line of 20. So we have to look for anything above than that. So this is 600. This is 800. And this is 500. So anything. So adding all these, we will get 1900. So D is the right answer. Let's move ahead. So in this question, as we have already discussed pie charts in many of the pre-classes and the gear-up classes also, try to understand. This is the fraction given, right? This is the fraction out of 1. So this whole circle is 1, and this is 1 upon 3, this is 1 upon 10, this is 1 upon 6. In question, we have been asked about the distribution of proteins found in human body with skins and bones together. So 1 by 10 and 1 by 6. So do you remember the formula for central angle? Just look at it. The central angle is the fraction into 360 degrees. So 1 by 10 plus 1 by 6. Look at the options. 1 by 10 for skin and 1 by 6 for bones into 360. If you will try to solve this out, so this will correspond to 96 degrees and D will be the right answer. Let's move ahead. So this is a very simple question again. You just need to solve it and you'll get the answer. 1 upon 5, let's write it again, 1 upon 5, and with 1 upon 35 will correspond to 35 because we have changed this division to multiplication. This becomes 7, but we have been asked the reciprocal of. So what is the reciprocal of 7? That is the multiplicative inverse also, 1 upon 7, right? So B is the right answer. In this question, this is a bit tricky question, just a bit difficult in solving. So just look at this. What is given? 3p minus q minus r is given as 20 degrees. And it is also given that p is equal to r. So on replacing, so we'll replace r by p. So we have replaced r by p. So this becomes 2p minus q is equal to 20 degree. Now according to the question, these all angles combine to form 180 degrees because these are the angle on the straight line. So if you just look at all these angles, so this becomes P plus Q plus R is equal to 180 degree. Now again replace R by P. So this becomes 2P plus Q is equal to 180 degree. Now this is first equation and this is our second equation. So now we are subtracting the first equation from the second equation. That becomes 2p plus q minus 2p minus q. So we'll take this, we'll multiply this minus to 2p becomes minus 2p and multiply this minus 2 minus q. This becomes plus q. So 2p minus 2 becomes 0 and q plus q becomes 2q. So 2q, and on the right hand side we'll do the same. So 180 minus 20. 180 minus 20 becomes 160. And 2q is equal to 160, so q is equal to 80 degrees. That would be our answer. Yes, B is the right answer. Let's move ahead. If an article is sold for 540 at a loss of 10%, so someone had a loss of 10%, so we could just identify what could have been the cost price. So the cost price, so we have let the cost price to be X. Let the CP to be X. Now x minus x, 10% of x. X minus 10% of x becomes 540. So yes, just try to solve this out. So 100x minus 10x will become 90x upon 100 is equal to 540. We'll try to solve it. X will be equal to 600. So 600 would be the cost price of it. C is the right answer. So in this question, three angles of a triangle are given. We all know that three angles of a triangle sum up to 180 degrees. So x plus 2x minus a plus 180 minus a is equal to 180 degrees. So we'll cancel 180 and 180, and this becomes 3x minus 2a is equal to 0. So we can write 3x is equal to 2a. That will be our answer. 3x will be equal to 2a. A is the right answer. Now we have to find the average of this. Average, so it's very simple. You just have to do correct addition here. C is the right answer. Just look how. So 4.50 plus 4.25 plus x upon 3. So that is the formula for average. You add all the components and divide it by the number of components. So now if you do, and that is equal to 4.55, that is given in the question. This is given in the question. Now try to solve this out. So 3 multiplied by 4.55 becomes 13.65. And if you try to solve it out, you will get x is equal to 4.90. This question is a repeated question from the previous GTSE. Okay. So I think you might have solved this again. Now this is an important question, and it's a very interesting question as well. So we must know the property of exponents where a to the power m multiplied by a to the power n corresponds to a to the power m plus n. So this is one of the laws of exponents. We have to keep this in mind. So just look at this. 256 to the power 0.16 plus 0.9 will be equal to 0.9 plus 0.16 is 0.25, 0.25. 0.25, if it written in the rational form, corresponds to 1 upon 4. So 256 to the power 1 upon 4. 256 is already equal to 2 to the power 8. We try to multiply 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. So 2 to the power 8, right? So 2 to the power 8 into 1 upon 4 gives you 2 here, right? So 2 to the power 2, and that will correspond to 4. That is our answer, 4, right? It is the right answer. Let's move ahead. So in this question, the solution of the equation, which of the solution of the equation is not an integer? If you look at this, you'll get an integer here. You'll get an integer here also. You'll get an integer here also. 3, so 4x minus x and 3 minus 2 becomes 1. But here you will not get an integer, because 2x will be 6 minus 3 and x will be 3 minus 2, 3 upon 2. That is not an integer. So yes, D is the right answer. Let's move ahead. In this question, we have to be very patient and we have to try to solve it very elegantly. Just try to look at this question. So can we write and third root of 2 as 2 to the power 1 upon 3, fourth root of 2 as 2 to the power 1 upon 4, and 12th root of 32 as 32 to the power 1 upon 12. So this is 1 or 2 to the power 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4, and 32 is again 2 to the power 5. We have to keep this in mind. So 2 to the power 5 upon 12. Now again using this, a to the power m into a to the power n into a to the power p is same as a to the power m plus n plus p. Now if we solve this out, you'll get the same thing, 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4 plus 5 upon 12. Keeping 12 in the LCM, we'll get 3, keep it here in the denominator as it is the LCM. So 3, 4, 4, this becomes 12 upon 12, so 2 to the power 1, and the answer is 2. So yes, the answer is 2. Let's move ahead. In this question, you just have to put the value of y as minus 2. And that will solve the problem, right? Okay, let's move ahead. Just try to check it out. So when you put y is equal to minus 2, you'll get minus 4, minus 7. I have done it. You have to do it on your own and try to solve this out. This is very simple. It's just simplification. I have got 21. Please check what do you get. Okay, let's move ahead. So in the solution, 2 out of 5 students can participate in the competition. The probability of the students who make it to the competition is there are 150 students in the school. So the probability does not change with the increasing number of students, right? So whatever was the probability initially, that will be the probability final. So 2 by 5 is the probability. You can just write it as 0.4 and that will be our answer. It does not change it. If it is 200 students and 250 students, it will be same. Okay? Let's move ahead. A, B, C are real numbers, which are the following is correct. If you just look at all these options, there should be a minus here, which is not there. So this is absolutely wrong. There should be a plus, there should be a minus here, but here it is a plus, so it is obviously wrong again. Okay, here should be a plus, but here it is given minus. We have only left with the D option. Just look at this. Plus minus 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 plus. So D is the right answer. Which of the following options is correct? So this is something which we need to study about. Rhombus has all the properties of a parallelogram and also that of kite. That is 100% correct. If you just look at the properties of kite, that the essential properties of kite, rhombus follows all of this. So rhombus is a cross hybrid of parallelogram and a kite. Okay. So yes, rhombus has all the properties. All the other options are correct. You can check them. Let's move ahead. So area of the circle whose radius is equal to the side of the square of the area 196. Very simple. The square area is same as, so if this is A, so the square area will be A square. So A square is equal to 196 and the radius, so that means R square is also equal to 196. So the area of the circle will be pi R square. So 22 upon 7. So 196 is also 14 upon 14. If you remember the square and square roots, you get it. So try to solve this out, you'll get it. 7 2 are 14, 22 into 44 into 14, 616 is what we have got. So yes, 616 is the answer. Let's move ahead. A mobile was bought at 6,000 and its value depreciated at the rate of 20% annually. So just for 1 year, so for just 1 year, we'll apply the formula for compound interest, and it is exactly the depreciation formula. So according to the depreciation formula, it's very simple, similar to the compound interest formula, P into 1 minus R upon 100. And this is the number of years, right? It is 1 here, and this is 20%. If you try to solve this out, you'll get 4,800. And that's right, B is the right answer. So welcome to the next section, guys. Let's go to the next section. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to GoPrep. Let us straight away begin with the questions asked from the aptitude section. Here we go. ये सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन था जो कि आपके एग्जाम में आया था. So my dear students, this is a form of direct coding. ये तो direct coding की तरह है, where a word ripple has been coded as 613382. Similarly, the word life has been coded as 8192. So you can easily see the thing that is common. दोनों जगह P है, दोनों जगह P की कोड 3 है. So the code of P will be 3. I यहाँ पर भी 1 है, I यहाँ पर भी 1 है. So the code of I is 1. L and L, the code of L is 8. आप यहाँ भी देख सकते हो, आप यहाँ भी देख सकते हो. So it will be 8 and 8. E and R, E the code is 2 and R the code is 6. So the answer is 318826. Very simple question and I am quite sure आप सभी लोगों ने इसे correct किया होगा. Let us come to the next question. Now the question is, which figure will complete the pattern? कौन सा figure इसे complete करेगा? So I'm quite sure कि आपको इतना समझ में आ रहा होगा that we need a circle of this form. And a circle of this form is not in option A, it is not in option B, it is not in option D, it is only present in option number B. So the right answer is option number B for Bombay. ठीक है, देखो ये complete भी होना है, तो वो भी देखो यहाँ पे complete हो रहा है. आप देख सकते हो exactly this structure is being formed. That is why B is the right answer. Next question. अब आपसे कहा जा रहा है judge, thieves और criminals, इनके लिए best possible Venn diagram क्या होगा? My dear students, theft is a crime. Theft is a crime and hence all thieves are criminals. Now judges are different and hence B is the best answer which can be marked. Alright, and hence again the answer is B for Bombay. Now coming to the next question. Now I hope you all are quite good in these type of questions. ये जो image दिख रहा है, इसको ठीक आप ऊपर टर्न कर दो तो आपको ये स्ट्रक्चर मिल जाएगा. So ये bottom side पे point कर रहा था. This figure was pointing at the bottom. It has to be turned opposite so that it is pointing upwards. तो जस्ट ऑपोजिट पॉइंट करना है। ये बॉटम पॉइंट कर रहा था, ये अपवर्ड्स पॉइंट कर रहा है। हेंस जो ये फिगर है ये लेफ्टवर्ड्स पॉइंट कर रहा था, लेफ्टवर्ड्स। एंड सिंस ये लेफ्टवर्ड्स पॉइंट कर रहा था, इसको ठीक टर्न कर दो तो ये राइटवर्ड्स पॉइंट करेगा। एंड हेंस अगेन द आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर बी। एंड आई एम क्वाइट श्योर आप सभी लोगों ने इसे करेक्ट मार्क किया होगा। Let us come to the next question. The question says that a statement is given followed by two conclusions. तो statement पढ़ते हैं और statement ही जो given है वही हमें सही मानना है और केवल उसके बेसिस पे हमें आंसर करना है। And the statement is each honest man is awarded a medal. Each honest man is awarded a medal. ठीक है, तो अवार्ड केवल उसी को मिलेगा जो कि ऑनेस्ट मैन है। जो डिसऑनेस्ट है उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं कहा गया है, राइट। ईच ऑनेस्ट मैन इज अवॉर्डेड अ मेडल। तो क्वेश्चन में केवल और केवल ऑनेस्ट मैन के बारे में बात की गई है, डिसऑनेस्ट मैन के बारे में कोई बात नहीं कही गई है। ऑलराइट, तो इसीलिए हमें डिसऑनेस्ट मैन के बारे में कुछ नहीं पता। हमें केवल इतना पता है कि अगर कोई ऑनेस्ट मैन है तो उसे मेडल मिलेगा, अगर कोई डिसऑनेस्ट है तो उसको मेडल मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, इसके बारे में क्वेश्चन साइलेंट है। क्लियर एवरीवन? तो चलो अब कंक्लूजन कह रहे हैं राम शुड बी अवॉर्डेड अ मेडल। व्हाई? राम इज ऑनेस्ट, इट इज नॉट मेंशन्ड ओवर हियर। राम इज ऑनेस्ट, इट इज नॉट मेंशन्ड ओवर हियर, तो इसलिए ये गलत हो जाएगा। सेकेंड वन, राम शुड नॉट बी अवॉर्डेड अ मेडल बिकॉज ही इज नॉट ऑनेस्ट, ये भी गलत हो जाएगा, क्योंकि मैंने जैसा कि कहा स्टेटमेंट इज ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑनेस्ट मैन, कि अगर कोई ऑनेस्ट है तो उसको अवार्ड मिलेगा। ठीक है, अगर कोई डिसऑनेस्ट है तो उसको अवार्ड मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, वी डोंट नो। क्लियर? और यहां पे बहुत लोगों ने गलतियां की होंगी, तो इसीलिए इसको ध्यान से देखिए और समझिए। राइट, आंसर इज नन फॉलोज, आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर सी। ऑलराइट एवरीवन, आगे बढ़ते हैं। माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अब आपसे ये कहा जा रहा है सम ऑफ द वर्ड्स हैव बीन गिवन, आपको इनको अल्फाबेटिकल यानी डिक्शनरी ऑर्डर के अकॉर्डिंग अरेंज करना है और बताना है कि लास्ट में कौन सा वर्ड आएगा। राइट, लास्ट में टिक द वन विच कम्स एट द लास्ट। तो ये तो बहुत ही सिंपल होगा। अब आप बताओ, सबसे पहले तो अबैंडन ही आना चाहिए, राइट, क्योंकि ए के बाद बी है। इसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे तो ए सी डबल सी है, तो इसके बाद यही आना चाहिए। इसके बाद ए सी एच है, तो ये आना चाहिए। इसके बाद ए सी क्यू है, तो ये आना चाहिए। लास्ट में ए सी टी आना चाहिए। राइट, तो सबसे पहले ए बी, देन ए सी सी, देन ए सी एच, देन ए सी क्यू, देन ए सी टी। सो लास्ट में तो एक्चुएट आएगा, एंड हेंस द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर ए। दिस वर्ड विल कम एट द एंड। ऑलराइट एवरीबॉडी, आगे बढ़ते हैं। नाउ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, एंड आई एम क्वाइट श्योर सभी लोगों ने किया होगा। पॉइंटिंग टू अ फोटोग्राफ, अमर सेड, आई हैव नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर, बट दैट मैन्स फादर इज माई फादर्स सन। ऑलराइट, सो पॉइंटिंग टू अ फोटोग्राफ, अमर सेड, आई हैव नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर, बट दैट मैन्स फादर इज माई फादर्स सन। तो इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? एक फोटोग्राफ को दिखाकर अमर कह रहा है आई हैव नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर, बट दैट मैन्स फादर, द मैन इज दिस वन। इस फोटोग्राफ को दिखाकर अमर कह रहा है दैट आई हैव नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर, बट दैट मैन्स फादर इज माई फादर्स सन। तो whose photograph was it? It was Amar's son's photograph. All right, it was Amar's son's photograph. Clear? इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आप इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हो। अगर आप ये एग्जाम्पल खुद पर सेट कर लो तो आप इजीली कर सकते हो इसको। ऑल राइट, आई होप इस क्वेश्चन में किसी को भी कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं हुई होगी, बिकॉज देखो क्वेश्चन में क्या कहा गया था, आई हैव नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर। सो अमर हैज नो ब्रदर और सिस्टर, और इस फोटो को दिखाकर वो कह रहा है दैट दिस मैन्स फादर इज माई फादर्स सन। हेंस whose photograph was it? It was his son's photograph. All right, and I'm quite sure आप सभी लोगों ने इस क्वेश्चन को करेक्ट किया होगा। नेक्स्ट, जोसेफ इज कॉल्ड FKOALD। तो ये तो आपको क्लियरली पता चल रहा होगा दैट J की पोजीशन 10 है और F की पोजीशन 6 है, तो -4 हो रहा है। O की पोजीशन 15 है एंड K की पोजीशन 11 है, -4 हो रहा है। S की पोजीशन 19 है, O की पोजीशन 15 है, -4 हो रहा है, राइट। तो अब यहां पे देखो 7 है पोजीशन, -4 करोगे 3 विच इज द पोजीशन ऑफ C। देन इसकी पोजीशन 5 है, -4 करोगे 1 पोजीशन ऑफ A, राइट। अब जब C एंड A है तो ये दो ऑप्शंस गए। अब यहां पोजीशन 15 है, -4 करोगे 11 इज द पोजीशन ऑफ K एंड हेंस CAL नहीं होगा, CAK वाला ऑप्शन करेक्ट हो जाएगा। We need not check any other option because there is none of these present. We can safely mark option number A. Clear? Next. Now this is another very simple question of series. आप alternatively देखो, P के बाद +2 करोगे तो R के बाद +2 करोगे तो T, +2 means 2 letters ahead. T के बाद +2 करोगे तो V के बाद +2 करोगे तो X. Alright, तो X आ जाएगा। So the answer must begin with X. Next, अब आप देखोगे तो C में आप +3 करोगे तो F में +3 करोगे तो I में +3 करोगे तो L में +3 करोगे तो M and O, तो X and O होगा, तो ये ऑप्शन भी एलिमिनेट हो गया। अब हमें नंबर्स देखने थे, तो आप बताओ 3, 5, 8, 12, नेक्स्ट। तो 3 + 2 is 5, 5 + 3 is 8, 8 + 4 is 12, 12 + 5 is 17. Hence the answer is X, 17O, which is given in option number C. Alright, and hence the correct answer is option number C. Clear everyone? Next, how many such symbols are there in the sequence if the exclamation mark isn't a symbol anymore? यानी अब हम exclamation mark को symbol में count नहीं करेंगे। तो अब इसके अलावा symbols कितने बचे? 1. Alright, let me number them also. Numbering करने से आपको clear हो जाएगा, right? First symbol, second, third, exclamation mark नहीं ले सकते, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So if exclamation mark is no more a symbol, then 12 symbols are there in this series. Hence the correct answer is option number D, that is 12. Clear everybody? With this, we come to an end of the discussion. If you have still not attempted the exam, please attempt it in the next slot. The link for the same has been given in the description below. Thank you. Bye-bye.